welcome Nigel Harris from Ngāi who I believe has arrived, just to give a meeting and a welcome.
So we start off with Te He Māori order, so that's the breath of life. Whanno, whanno, haere mai tau tuki e, homi e, hui e, tae ki e, rongi te no matua me te wairua tapu akari, āmeni. E te whare o te papatawhai, tēnā koe, whenua toko tēnei, tēnā koe, ngā tūpuna, haere ki te waikaro ki waikapā māmau, tēnā koe, tēnā koe, tēnā koe. Te whānau o ngā hoi whā, nau mai haere mai, te kaupapa o tēnei wā, o te mana o taonga, o te kia, tēnā koutou, tēnā rā tātou katoa. So just a quick mihi whakatau there. So what we do is we basically just welcome the house, say hello to our whenua, our land. This is in Tuahuriris, which is the local hapu from Canterbury, the original hapu that settled Kaipoi Pā and the Canterbury area. So we have a shared sort of co-governance arrangement with Taumotu Runanga up this way as well, and of course Potini, which is really, really important. And so we always say hello to our ancestors who have gone before us, and just to give a quick mihi to Papatawhai, and so tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa, kia ora. And the commitment from Ngāi Tahu for Kea is very strong, because it is a very, very important taonga species to us. So kia ora.
Look, I want to start particularly acknowledge Tamsin for the energy you bring to the Kea Conservation Trust, Mark Rabin, Laura Young, just for all the work you do on banding, transmitter work, nest monitoring, South Island wide surveys. You virtually know more than we do, and we're just so respectful when a group like you come together to want to help save the species. I also pay respect to Ngāi Tahu, who have Kea registered as a taonga species, so it is a genuine partnership. So I just want to touch on Doc's two big challenges, which I'm feeling really deeply, and that is restoring biodiversity. With 2,800 species, we have one of the highest rates in the world, but that's pretty a reflection of what we are. We are, you know, the last, the loneliest, the loveliest, those words that Kipling wrote in 1880 when he wrote the poem of Auckland, just before the Stoics started to knock out wild birds. It is a land of birds, and we've got, you know, and before Cook arrived, it was a land of invertebrates. The whole place was teeming with invertebrates, but the minute those rats came in, they got wiped out. So we've done, the last 150 years, arguably, we've done more damage to this country than we could anywhere else on Earth, as we tried to make it like Little Britain. And the reason this is so important is Otira is our longest standing 1080 operation. And we have largely saved those forests, so those iconic rata forests have been saved through 1080. So that goes back to 1970. And when I started in 2013, Doc was spending more on 1080 research than actual 1080. Because we were too scared to use it, birds. We've actually moved beyond these little pockets like Otira to huge landscapes. We will do 1 million hectares of New Zealand this year, which we believe are the best way to turn around the problems we've got. But the only way Doc can actually go forward in terms of saving a huge proportion of the 2,800 species is landscape scale conservation. The southwestern, because of the efforts of Mike Slater really, who really saw what 1080 could do, and just persevered with the anti-1080 movement. So the stage now where southwestern is the easiest place in New Zealand to do a 1080 operation, because the locals understand. It's our staff and the locals who've gone door to door, and we now have the highest kaka populations in New Zealand. We're taking mohua out of there and taking them to Fiordland. We've created a truly remarkable landscape in southwestern, and we can do it in other places like northwestern. But we're not always going to have 1080. So Battle for the Birds was the first tagline, and we're spending a lot of money on that. And Predator Free, in 2013, we took a punt on community conservation, and I said to my leadership team, what would be 3 organisations if we gave them $500,000 each? We could really create something special for New Zealand. And the decision we made was the Outdoor Recreation Consortium, which Peter Wilson, in terms of how we get this energy of people that want to come and fix some of these huts that we can't afford to. Kiwis for Kiwi, we gave $500,000, and Printed Free New Zealand, we gave $500,000. And all those have morphed into something significant. Kiwis for Kiwi, we've got the extra 11 million, Outdoor Recreation Consortium, we've put 2 million in. But probably the most successful has been Printed Free New Zealand. And when John Key went on TV and told the whole country, every stoat, every rat, every possum by 2050, no other Prime Minister in the world has done that. And when Richard Branson recently visited, he said, that for New Zealand is right up there with giving women the vote. It is just unbelievable what you've signed up to as a government to do. The problem for Kea is they live in this vast landscape. You know, it's okay bringing bellbirds and tuis back in our cities, but Kea live here. Our core is going to be the Southern Alps because nobody else can do it. So that's why we will continue to advocate for the use of 1080. So it'll be the millennials that get the breakthrough. We may have to look at gene editing, we may have to look at artificial intelligence. As DG of DOC, that movement of predator-free has just lit a fuse in communities. And we're starting to craft that vision for predator-free New Zealand into the strategy for tourism in New Zealand. So we're saying this is a different country in 2050. With 1080, we're going to have to appeal to urban young people who are worried about food safety and water. This is the safest toxin we know. The world is going anti-toxin. We will need something more, and we have to be part of that. So the other one is tourism, and Tourism New Zealand published a photo of the Hooker Valley after we spent 2 million doing up that boardwalk and the bridges, and they went from 30,000 to 70,000. But this is a worldwide phenomenon. My belief is we've got to work out how tourism will pay to restore our biodiversity, and that's the challenge that we have. So on Kea, we are very keen to work with Tamsin and Ngāi Tahu on how we turn them around. We are really worried about the decline in Kea, if they somewhere between 2,000 and 5,000. So thank you very much.
So I'm here also representing the Alpes Pass Wildlife Trust. It originated in 2005 when some locals, mainly Graham Cates out at the behind the counter there, set up a number of traps in the area and was blown away by the high number of stoats that were caught. Because of the work that the Wildlife Trust are doing here, we maintain approximately 800 traps in the valley, mostly maintained by volunteers. Thankfully, we do get some of our funding through from, we have had some funding from DOC and from ECAN and also the Rata Foundation. So that helps us along with the bigger projects. But as far as the Kea go, it's obvious that the other native birds are surviving and rising in population here in Alpes Pass, but the Kea does still seem to be a decline in numbers. And there's talk that there's only 15 Kea in the valley now. There's been sightings of a group of 15 on the top of Avalanche Peak and another 15 at Temple Basin, but whether these are the same 15 Kea flitting from place to place, no one's quite sure. We class a local as someone who stays here over the winter, and we reckon there's probably only about 30 locals. So it's quite hard, calling on the same people every time to do various bits and pieces, and there's been a lot of talk over the years about what to do to support the Kea and help the Kea. So hopefully this will be the start of some real action after this weekend. Hopefully the talk will be finished and real action will start to happen, and we can prevent the Kea from going towards extinction, which we all certainly hope won't happen.
Kea are the spirit of the mountains, and to think that in the course of my lifetime that there's a possibility that Kea might go extinct, it's certainly not something that we're prepared to accept. So that's why to see all of you guys here in the room today is pretty awesome. The turnout is beyond expected, and particularly that support we're seeing from senior leaders there, such as Department of Conservation and others. So I sort of wanted to mention a couple of things. The first is I think New Zealanders have a complicated relationship with Kea. Where I've often wondered why we call ourselves Kiwis actually. Kiwis are, while they're a wonderful bird, they are flightless. They're a little bit drab, they poke around in the, with a sense of smell and, nocturnal bird poking around at night. Why aren't New Zealanders called Keas? wonderful, intelligent, colourful, curious, can fly. You know, and it's our complicated history with Kea. It's the fact that we did have a government-funded culling program for quite a while, and I think certainly not in my generation's memory, but certainly in my parents' generation memory, that challenge is part of. That's something we've got to overcome. And so I'm very, very reassured to hear today from the Department of Conservation that the focus needs to be on landscape scale predator control, and at the moment we have one tool for that, and that's 1080. And so we need to be using more of it to save Kea, not less of it. That's sort of a strong message that would come from FMC. And the other thing the commitment that I would give from FMC today is through the New Zealand Outdoor Recreation Consortium, which is of course funded by DOC. We're taking on the maintenance of an increasing number of backcountry huts. Now, a lot of those huts are legacy structures. They have lead all through them, and so it's a commitment we can give today that as the work of the Outdoor Recreation Consortium, or what it's about to become, the New Zealand Backcountry Trust, we're going to do more of that de-leading work across the Southern Alps. And so we've got that commitment from us, but our minds need to be on treating the Southern Alps as one discrete predator control unit. We're not there today in terms of technology and community support, but I think 10, 20 years we can be. And then I think we'll turn that population trend around. So again, thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah. I think we're all tangata longa here, aren't we? The people of the hills. We go there for such a lot of different reasons, whether it's solitude or society or for food gathering. What we get when we go there is always different. It's not necessarily what we went for. But what we do have in common, I think, when we've gone to those places is there's this intensified sense of self, who you are, a piquancy to the sense of self and your relationships, and that's with other people and with what you find out there. And then, of course, the Kea, who just love entertainment for its own sake and intellectual pursuit for its own sake. They appear to be thinking in abstract so often. They can imagine stuff. They're incredible things. What inspires your head tends to be what inspires your heart. It's come to us being here that we've got this internationally respected, revered, really noted bird, and it seems almost on its last legs. This is a charismatic single species. It's not a cryptic backcountry thing that other people don't see. It's not a even more cryptic ecosystem that people don't see or care about. You know, it's something that should sell itself very well. So there's the pachyderm in the room, and it's funding. So it's ongoing.
But on behalf of the Kea Conservation Trust, I want to welcome you all here to Arthur's Pass. This is a really special place to be for Kea. And you've heard a number of stories about how much it's impacted on people and how there's the ability here to actually get that really close connection to the species. So this gathering of Kea support has been a long time coming. We've talked about this for many years, Josh. And a lot of people in the community have also said, when are we all getting together? So this is it. And just to give you a bit of background about the Trust, we've been going now for 11 years. 3 of the founders are here in this room today, and we've got more people who have come on board over the years. So it's developed into a much bigger cause, and of course having the community come on board has just been fantastic over the years. So that's really a testament to how passionate people around New Zealand are about Kea, which, as we've heard, are an incredibly charismatic species.